going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome to episode 382 of the Konfidence in the Klutch podcast with Donald Nelson. I'm him. He is I am him on the Konfidence in the Klutch network. Click that bell for notifications, new content when I drop, new media, energy up, health is wealth. Hope y'all out enjoying this summer. I know it's been a lot of crazy weather out here, severe weather. People have lost their lives, lost their belongings, man. So just hope the people that have lost their belongings, it was minimal. And if it was maximum, you got your life. And people that lost loved ones, man, I hope that, that whatever you believe in comforts you. And I want to send my thoughts and prayers out to everybody. To all the senseless killings in this country, thoughts and prayers to all the children whose lives we lost from the bullets, from overdoses, from reckless driving, suicidals, self-transition, I say. We don't say suicide here. So, just shout out to everybody, man. Make sure you take care of your loved ones, talk with them, keep asking them questions. They can say no like 80 times, just keep talking to them, though. That's one thing I learned with everybody, just keep talking to people. Keep talking to people, and sooner or later, they'll let you know what's cracking, but just stay that constant presence in their ear, man. All right, y'all ready? Let's roll out. All right. Now today, I'm doing something different because I'm going to see how it goes, because I hate when I edit and my video and my audio don't match up, because I use the audio source from the computer, but only using the visual source from the camera. I'm still on that Sony Alpha A7 Mark IV. I'm still on that. Shout out to Dane. But this time I'm going straight into the camera. And so I had to figure out how loud my externals be doing, because I got the iPad and all this stuff, because I don't do music in the post. That's why I be having a good time and be rapping and stuff when I do all my pods, because I have the iPad and I'm over here DJing, playing different beats. I wish I could have a machine running, and I tried that one time. I didn't like that, and then I got mad beats to play. Y'all wouldn't hear the same beat for a while, because I got I probably got like 100-something beats up on there ever since I had that joint. So, it is what it is. Two things can't be true. But hopefully the sound from the iPad ain't as loud as it was last time, because I can't change that because it's going in like this stuff. But regardless, we'll get it together, y'all. Hey, yo, the pop out. Kendrick Lamar, right? Let me see, get my time shit together. That's LA. That's all I gotta say. Hey, yo, that's LA. That was LA. It wasn't about a hate for a rapper. It was more about salute to one of their own. From my perspective, other people may say, yo, it's all because of Drake. Dog wouldn't got all this energy, all these people coming out to see him, all number ones and all that, if he wasn't talking about Drake. So he need to thank Drake for getting into it with him so that he can be number one and have all this celebrity. But Ken was Ken before all this, right? Ken wasn't Drake, and he'll never be Drake, just like Drake can never be Ken. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But that energy and everybody that played a role in it, from the lesser known cats out of LA that you may have never known, to everything to the upper echelon LA cats, you know what I'm saying, that's known across the world. It was great to see. It was great to see LA come together like that. Like, that would have been a very good concert to be at. Watching it was a very good concert to be at, how it went down. But just being in there to catch the energy, I really wished I could have done that on Juneteenth. We all know by now he did Not Like Us 5 times, and that wasn't the biggest piece. That picture at the end meant a lot to people that love LA music. Like, we don't call it gangster rap, it's rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to call it hardcore rap, whatever you want to call it, it's rap music. That picture meant a lot to LA, knowing the politics of the gang culture out in LA and everything. And from somebody could have had dead homies on another set, or somebody from another set killed your dead homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that real. And for Kenny to do that and make that happen, that was to be more saluted than acknowledging that he won a rap beef battle. That wasn't important. That picture was the most important thing from that night. Everything else was entertainment. That was real life. That's the realest out of everything that happened, realest thing that ever happened. However, when he did not like us them 5 times, and the way it was going down, and all the love Kenny got, I don't think Drake can be out in L.A. for a while, just because it's L.A. The L.A. cats is different, and I don't think he can walk around and do all that like that, because that whole on Fanny Matters talking about K-Dot don't bang a set and he need to get DP'd and all that, that was a huge misstep for Drake. I mean, everybody know in Cali it's affiliation shit. I'm affiliated, you know what I'm saying? Meaning who you know, who you hang out with, where you from. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to be claiming nothing, but I'm affiliated like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like with who, what gang that I grew up with in the gang in my younger years, and the gang is, you know what I mean, it is what it is. The hood. What your hood is up under is where you from. That's where you from. It ain't nothing you can do about it. You don't have to actively gang bang, but you know where you from. That means a lot. You know what I mean? So I can't tell nobody else how real they are from where they from. Like, I can't say, oh, dog ain't real. You ain't, so-and-so is real. So-and-so is real. They really bang. You don't bang. Like, that ain't even nothing to be bringing up, because niggas die over that shit every day. Niggas die over this gang shit every day across the country. You know what I mean? That down there shit was dangerous. Like, for somebody that thought Drake was real, might have tried to push, take it too far and push up on Kenny and all that, but now they might push up on Drake. That's the bad shit about it. You know what I mean? That's the bad thing about it. We don't want nobody pushing up on Drake, because you talking about niggas really bang what you bang, cuz. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's all other thing. So, man, he might need to, that was a mistake bar from this whole beef. You know what I mean? The pedophilia, the abusive shit, they going back and forth. We all know Kenny wasn't saying he's pedophile, saying he's fucking with young girls. So Kenny could have chose a better word. And Drake, if you saying he beat on his woman, like that ain't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even think that's something to be promoting. So it was missteps in the joint, but we ain't talking about that. We talking about the love for Kendrick Lamar at the pop out and what he did with LA and bringing all them cats out and showing the love and that picture they took at the end. That's what the shit was more about. It wasn't about no whack ass rap beef over who number one. Don't nobody care about that shit like that, B. You know, in the comments, man. All right. Let's talk about the NBA news, man. Last week when I was done recording, Monty Williams messed around and got fired, right? He got fired from the Pistons. He only coached them 1 year. Guess how much the money the Pistons owe him? $65 million for his 6-year, $78 million contract. The time he signed this contract, he was the highest paid. But, then Steve Kerr and, Popovich and Eric Spoelstra, like, hell no. He can't be the highest paid coach, you know what I mean? No, so Monty was 14-68 in his lone year and had a 28-game losing streak this last season. It's terrible. So I was thinking last week, should the Lakers hire Monty Williams? Hell no. In the words of Tariq St. Patrick, fuck no, right? Because Monty is owed $65 million from the Pistons. I'm not coaching shit. Shit, I'm retired. I'm doing some consulting and mentoring of young coaches like Doc did with Adrian Griffin or something like that. But I'm not jumping on anyone's bench for 5 years if that means they ain't going to pay me all my money. That contract is that contract. Now, if he can coach, still get his money from Detroit, if they can give him that, and he doesn't, you know what I mean, he doesn't have to not coach, then, okay, that's something different. But nah, run me all my cheese, yo. Now, I was thinking at the time, if the Lakers come calling Monty, I definitely would take the interview because they wanted him before they hired Frank Vogel, just like they wanted Tyronn Lue. But they also wanted to manipulate his staff and bring in staff for him and see, nah, we ain't doing that. That's why the brothers didn't go, and then Frank Vogel won that chip. But, of course, we know the Lakers, too, they're going to lowball you. It's the reason why we don't know what's going on right now with J.J. Reddick. And speaking of J.J. Reddick, last Thursday, J.J. Reddick signed a 4-year contract to become the Lakers head coach. When Danny Hurley got offered the 6 for 70 or whatever it was, we knew how much. How come we don't know how much J.J. make? Because they lowballed his ass. But in order for him to get in the league, he got to take the low ball offer and shit. It's embarrassing, though. It's embarrassing. JJ hasn't coached anything but his children's youth travel ball ball team. David Manneman on NBA Today said AD wants Rondo on his staff. So I hope they're making AD happy. I also was reported that AD has something to do with talking to JJ. LeBron didn't, because LeBron and them already laid the fucking foundation. So LeBron didn't want to be heavy-handed up in there. It would seem like he running shit when we all know he running shit. You know what I mean? And it would be nice to have Rondo, because when AD was in New Orleans, they won like a first-round series and all that. So that'd be dope if Rondo does make it to L.A. And he won a chip with AD and Bron in 20 in the bubble. So it just makes sense. And his mind is sharp and all that. It'd be dope for another first-time coach to just jump up in here because they trust him with what he do and how he get down. You know what I mean? Shout out to JJ Reddick. I was listening to me and El Hassan and Charlotte Wilder's podcast called Oddball, right? On the DraftKings Network, part of Meadowlark Media. You know what I mean? Dan Le Batard joint, right? So they're trying to put Michael Jordan's 1988 Defensive Player of the Year up for a conversation. What they're saying is home stats were inflated. Now, here's the thing. Home stats are inflated everywhere, especially when it comes to assists, because those are subjective. Is it 2 dribbles or is it 3 dribbles? Rebounds. Did he tip it to himself? Didn't get it. Is that a rebound to tip? Did he tip it to somebody else? Are you counting that as a rebound? Steals. If the team throw it out of bounds and you get a turnover or step out of bounds, are you saying that's a steal and giving it to somebody? So that's that on that. That's home stats are inflated, just like on a road they could be deflated. You can get an extra foul and all that. It don't all happen to all of us coaches and some of us players, like, you know, especially on the lower levels where ain't no instant review and stuff. Excuse me. So stat padding, it happens. You know what I mean? The killer gets the stat when it's a 50-50 call. If I got an extra whatever, like right now we do huddle assists for all our stuff, so it grabs, but everything ain't legit on there. I mean, my players go back and when they watching film to keep their stats when they watching film to give me the correct report. We got the iPad we keep the stats on as well for live in the moment stuff. So, you know, if something happened, you might give it to the person that's the best player on the team. Sometimes you give it to the lesser player. It's situational, so it's a 50-50 call. The Oklahoma City Thunder and the Chicago Bulls made a trade. Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. Now, to me, both teams won that trade due to the fact Chicago got another young player to build upon. Lonzo's going to his last year of his contract, and he's been injured the whole damn contract. So it'd be a great pickup. He's a ball handler. He's a creator. He's like, what they say, 6'8". So, you know what I mean? 6'8". So he's going to be able to rebound and do other things. Giddey can grow due to the space Shea has in the league, where he's one of the faces of the league now, and he's the point guard and all that. I mean, they put Giddey on the bench in the first round due to the fact that his shortcomings and what they need to do as a team. Now, Caruso brings a 3-and-D attitude to Oklahoma City, a veteran player with a championship experience to a team that needed one. They needed somebody like him. He's exactly what they needed. He can hit the tray. He can create. He gonna play D. He a leader. He could be a leader for them young cats. Show you how to get it done. Professional. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Both teams won that trade, if you ask me. Now, yesterday, JJ had his first interview with the Lakers. His welcome interview, and he let everyone know, like, you know, guys, I haven't coached in the NBA before at his press conference, and a few people laugh. So witty of you. But here's a few interesting statements from him that really meant shit, right? I don't look at the current roster as being that far from a championship caliber team. That far off. They got issues. We got D'Angelo Russell issues. We don't know if he's going to take this PO. We don't have no trade assets without giving up players. We don't have no draft picks, really. Shit. So, y'all been put out this year. You put out the first round. Previous year with Darvin Ham, y'all got put out in the Western Conference Finals. So, You can kind of say being that far off, but we far off, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Not that far off, but we far off given the shortcomings of what LA needs. Talking about his podcast. He got a podcast, The Old Man in 3, right? And then he was doing the podcast with Brian called Mind the Game. He said, for time being, quote, for time being, and hopefully it's a very, very long time, I'm excommunicated from the content space, end quote. So there will be no, end quote, so there will be no podcast. I'm done with podcasting for now. Okay, that's from his press conference. Like, all right, yeah, you can't do the one with LeBron, clearly, but The Old Man in 3, depending on what you're doing, you might be able to, but I don't think he will. He might be able to spot play The Old Man in 3, but what about his co-host now? That's fucked for him. So we'll see about The Old Man in 3 if he can still get down with that. But he said he done for the content space for right now. That's fucked up, though, for people that's fans of his show. On lack of coaching experience. Quote, I really don't give a fuck. Likely, honestly, I want to coach the Lakers. I want to coach a team. I don't want to dispel anything. I want to become a great coach in the NBA, and I want to win championships, and I want my players to maximize their careers. That's all I fucking care about. Shout out to JJ Reddick. I really don't give a fuck about that coaching experience shit. I'm ready to put this shit down. Fuck all that. I'm going to come in prepared. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to get my players where they need to be at. And we're going to try to win this shit. I want them to be the best player they be and play as long as they can at a high level. That's all the fuck I care about. You know what I'm saying? Give a fuck about coaching experience. Like, it comes into play. But, you know, because they try to say Darvin didn't do things right. That's why he had to hit it. He didn't have certain things under control. So if JJ do, we going to see. Good luck. Final thing we'll talk about is this NBA draft, right? So we all know they say it's one of the weakest drafts in history. Stop saying that shit, because this young man that worked hard to get to this point, and they don't need to be getting called weak or it's not as talented as whatever. The talent is what the talent is. You can't compare. You can compare. Yes, you can. You can compare year to year. But these players we got right now, it is what it is. Like, can't nobody come tell you, oh man, you the weakest motherfucker for this year. Next year, niggas gonna be better than you. Like, you weak. Just the weakest. You will feel a certain way. Like, just lift these brothers up. Their dream is to get their name called. And I hope everybody get their name called, can enjoy it, and I hope they have a long career. Now, mind you, it's 464 jobs in the league. If 55 coming in, that means 55 got to come out for the most part. And we ain't counting international cats, G League cats, none of that. So, yeah. This whole Bronny thing, will he be taken with the 17 picks by the Lakers? In the words of Tariq St. Patrick, no, fuck no. They're not going to spend a first-round pick on Bronny James when they can get him, you know what I mean, at a cheaper price. That doesn't make any sense. That's bad business that they do, because they have other needs to fill first. I don't know who I was listening to. They were like, Zach Edey be a perfect spot for LA. He probably would be. He probably would, because depending on what can happen, that big body down there, because my man that went to LA, Clippers, excuse my head for not letting me know what's going on, but he was, when they let Zubac go, they changed their little shit up. I mean, they want to chip after that Zubac go, but I like Zubac. So they have other needs to fill first. They might need to get a guard, especially D'Angelo Lee. Might be a slick ass guard around. Right? We gotta see that first. However, I can see another team picking up Bronny James in like early in the second round and shit like that with the non-guaranteed, then releasing him, you know what I mean, after Summer League. I can see that happen, just to say, we want to see what's happening. Maybe LeBron gonna say, okay. I don't think Brian tied that much. He gonna uproot his family to go to fucking New Orleans if New Orleans pick him, or Miami Heat, or the Chicago Bulls, or the Detroit Pistons, or Oklahoma City, or anything like that to play with his son, if it's that's important to him, if they decide that as a family, though. But I could see him getting drafted by another team, and then the Lakers could sign him after Summer League, after they release him or whatever. He won't be around for pick number 55. That's what I'm going with. So if you got any gambling shit right there, Bronny is not making it to 55, B. He's not making it to 55. And today, Kenny Atkinson is hired as the Cavs' new coach. Shout out to Kenny Atkinson. He had the one good year in Brooklyn. Then he had like a bad year, good year, bad year. Then they got him up out of there, type shit. But He went to Golden State to be like associate head coach. He had a job last year. He could have took. He didn't. So shout out to Kenny Atkinson, man, for getting back in his league. The only problem I got with Kenny Atkinson getting back in his league is that JJ Reddick, we got rid of 2 brothers for 2 white cats. Like, why the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't get that fair shake all the time. I don't think JB Bickerstaff or Darvin Ham deserve to lose their jobs, but I am not the GM. I'm not the owners of the team. But I think for what they did with the talent they had, they got as far as they fucking could go. You know what I mean? For real. Yeah, and they made the second round. Shit, Cleveland did. So you fire a coach that made the second. With all the injuries they had, so that's crazy, yo. But it is what it is, man. You know what y'all think in the comments, man. All right. WNBA news, insights, and opinions. All right, let's look at it. Last week, Wednesday, Chelsea Gray returned as the Aces beat the Storm right on time. They needed her dearly. We all know they were like 500 ball with the Las Vegas Aces, but they haven't had her for like 9 months. So now she back and working herself back into basketball game shape. Not in shape, basketball game shape. Just different. And we're going to see what she do. I think she's going to ball out. And I'm not worried about the Las Vegas Aces now that she's back. Because she does things on both sides of the floor. She can race, she can shoot, she rebound. She do everything. Chelsea Gray's legit. On Thursday, Cameron Brate tears her ACL. My thing is sometimes too much intense basketball in too short of a time coming from the college season when they made the Sweet 16 and all that. And then she tears her shit. These compacted games, because they got to get these games in before the Olympics, man, there's a lot going on. But, you know, you can tear your ACL walking down the fucking steps. So it is what it is. Thoughts and prayers to Cameron Brate. And Sunday, for the 3rd time, the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever met. And this time, the Sky was able to pull out a win with 88-87, with Angel murdering shit with 25-16 in that win versus the Fever. So the Fever, the Sky is 1-2 versus the Fever this year. They got one more game in August at the Olympics. One thing I can say, looking at Angel's game. Now, we just talked about Cameron Brate tearing her ACL, possibly too much ball, and freakish injury. Sometimes it's just going to happen. Angel's worked on her game. If anybody's watched Angel's gotten stronger, first of all. She worked on her footwork, her post positioning. She worked on her seals. She coming through and holding this shit. Holding it. I want the ball up here where this hand is right here, or right here where this at. And she getting that joint. And man, listen to me, man. Listen to me. She worked on her post moves. One time I seen it, drop step the other way, man. Stop it, B. Stop it. Worked on finishing strong too, instead of just that, I'm just gonna throw it up. She, you know what I mean, flicking her wrist to get it, man. Stop it, B. Stop it. Stop it. That girl done got better from the beginning of the season to right now. She working on her game. Shout out to Teresa Weatherspoon, her coach, and her other coaches that deal with the post players, with the player development, man. Y'all, she a different player. This is what hard work and training gets you, little girls. Hopefully players on my team, I'm talking to them about it tomorrow. You can get better during the season as well if you work hard at it. Where we at? 9 consecutive double-doubles or 8? Is 8. She got her 8th or 9th. I know the record is 12 in a row held by Candace Parker. She on her way. Stephen A. Smith ran out plenty stats today, like her first whatever games and her last 5, she done upped all her shit. Shooting points, shooting percentage, and rebounds. She averaging double-double anyway on the season. So shout out to them. Shout out to them, man. All right. I want to talk about Milwaukee for a minute, y'all, before I get into, you know what? No, we're gonna keep it track and field. Let's do track and field. Let's do track and field. Let's do USTA track and field, man. Here we go. Let me tell y'all something. You a hater if you don't like Sha'Carri Richardson and seeing all she went through before when she didn't make it and shit was going on and she got caught with the shit in her system and all that and couldn't go on 21 and all that. That was on her. But this year, after winning the world championships and all that shit for this U.S. Olympic trials now, world champion Sha'Carri Richardson qualified for the U.S. team winning the 100-meter dash, right? I love her energy. Everything changed. She got her energy right, man. Noah Lyles won for the males 100-meter. He just wild with it now. He was already a little competitively arrogant, but he just wild with it. He got the purple shit. He got the thing colored in his hair and nails done and pearl necklaces. OG hit me like, what's up with the nigga with the shit? I said, man, that's what these young boys do. Drizzy do it, so they want to do it. I said, Shaq used to paint his nails. Like, Casby, I think D-Wade paint his nails. That's just what they do. You know what I mean? I ain't had a pedicure. I mean, I ain't had a manicure since August of 2005. So I ain't painting shit, first of all. I ain't had a pedicure since April of 2021. I don't even think I put a clear coat on my shit. I ain't doing none of that. But it is what it is, man. Athing Mo fell last night. Oh shit. Fell last night in her race. During the 800-meter final. She wasn't active this year. She was stating on the article I read at ESPN just the pressure and social media and all this stuff. Huh? Y'all can't be letting social media get to y'all, man. Turn that shit off. Let somebody else handle your social media. If a fan reach out to you something that's great and you think you're missing something, have them people bookmark that shit. And then you go back into it. Man, nobody give a fuck about what motherfuckers say on social media, man. We gotta stop letting social media run our lives, man. I don't give a fuck about social media. The only thing I give a fuck about is a retweet or a like. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about what nobody say, B, because that shit don't bother me. The hate don't bother me. The love don't bother me. It is what it is, but man, social media cannot put pressure on you to be great, man. Let that shit go. Her coach filed a protest, and the U.S. Track and Field Association denied the appeal. Here's what Coach Kersey said. Quote, I've coached it, I've preached it, I've watched it. And here's another indication that regardless of how good we are, we can leave some better athletes home than other countries have. It's part of our American way, end quote. That's from ESPN. Now, here the thing is, because you would think the defending Olympic champions should be able to have a spot on the U.S. team to go back. Not in the United States of America. That ain't how they do it. Other countries, yes. Other countries send past Olympic winners regardless of their Olympic trials. So her only chance now in Paris is the relay pool, and I feel sorry for her for that. Damn. So, because that was special, that 4x400 they ran, man, in London, that shit was fire. So we going to see. And the USTFA Olympic trials is off until like Thursday, and then they come back. Then we got like the 200 and other races and the relays and all that shit. So that's when it's gonna get real again. But shout out to everybody that made it, man. It's a good thing to watch. All right, now we're gonna do some local laughs, man. I want to talk about the mill and what's going on in y'all cities, man, because it's crazy here, y'all. It's crazy. Let me just run this down to y'all right fast. And then we up out this joint, man. I ain't gonna hold you. There we go. Too much going on in the mill. We've had multiple high-speed crashes and deaths where like you can't even recognize the car. You see a wheel. You see the inner part of you see the frame, B. That's how fast they was driving. Please, people, slow down, man. Please, people, slow down, man. And please, the people that's like you, we've all known times when we probably should not have been driving with this Uber and the Lyft and all that. You ain't even got to drive no more. But like, this shit ain't Grand Theft Auto, y'all. We killing people that's with us. We killing ourselves because we driving too fast. Remember, the faster you go, the less amount of control you have. That's with anything you do, y'all. Please slow down. We got multiple teenagers shot over drug deals go wrong or social media beef. Somebody said something on social media. And come on, y'all. We can't. Drug deals going wrong. Y'all trying to run off on the plug. Stop listening to this rap music. Y'all trying to kill people. Man, yo. It's bad, yo. Running off on the plug. You going to get killed. Y'all killing people running off on the plug. How? That ain't even G. Social media be motherfucker said something on social media. They said something. Did they touch you? They said they was gonna kill you when they see you. Come on, man. We have one of the longest running Juneteenth celebrations in the country, right? So we had the parade route on the street. It ain't downtown. It's in the hood. They need to move it where it need to be at. You know what I mean? If the St. Patrick parade go down, we got Wisconsin Avenue, the main artery of downtown. Shit, our shit need to be down there too, man. Stop shortchanging us. Just because niggas in this city be playing and shit, fucking up the money, doing all things. We have every ethnic festival here at Summerfest. I'm sure y'all heard of Summerfest. We ain't got African World First Festival no more. These motherfuckers fucked up the bag. Then the corporate sponsor said, we'll come in and make sure y'all got a festival. We ain't feeling that shit. We just want to say sponsored by this. And the nigga said, no. Hold up. The sponsor said, we'll pay for every motherfucking thing. But the niggas said no. So we had a Juneteenth celebration for the children, a concert. They put it at a park in the band shell, whatever. A lot of kids showed up, a lot of people showed up, but that needed extra security as well, right? Downtown, down on King Drive, that one needed extra security. The one for the youth ended early due to fights, that needed extra security. And they went from one side of the park to the other side of the park with a teen shooting another teen over social media shit, right? Then teens tried to rob a 41-year-old at the gas station, and they tussled and killed him. Then we got 6 teens involved in a carjacking downtown. They carjacked 2 cars, fled police, hopped on the interstate, went in a construction zone on the interstate. You know what I mean? Run into a dump truck, backed up. The police is out there, one in the car, the other one like, no, get out the car. They back into the joint. Police open fire on the vehicle, right? Shot the driver, 17-year-old, 3 times. The passenger, his girlfriend, with a baby, she got shot. Baby didn't make it, and she suffered life-threatening injuries, man. So if I'm not mistaken, everybody in that car get party to a crime of grand theft auto, armed robbery, fleeing from police, endangerment of a police officer while on duty, and they gonna catch the murder, homicide of the girl and her baby. For what? Just to steal a car? Come on, B, man. Come on. That girl lost her life and lost their baby. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here, man? There's so much going on. And in the school district, master's plantation system, fucked up a money scandal. Paperwork ain't in. They lost the Head Start shit. They lost Head Start due to children being unsupervised and children being abused. We're talking about 3 and 4-year-olds. What the fuck? We got a money issue. People overreported. So now we got to pay 35 to 45 million back to the state because we already got the money. They got an archaic system when it comes to reporting to the State Department of Public Instruction that we ain't got our shit in from the 22-23 school year still. We going into the 24-25. So they holding 16 million from that. Like, yo, man. In order to have a good city, you got to have a good public school system. In order to have a good public school system, you got to have a good city. We in trouble here. Who gonna come here and send their kids to public school, man? Come on, man. Man, if this is going on across the country, we are in trouble, man. As a black race, man, we got to get our shit together. Steel, sharpen steel. We got to help one another. And if y'all can't get it together, man, go to the nation, man. The nation got everything that you need for black America to get right. If you can't get it together yourself, man, stop following other shit, man. Go to the nation, man. Nation of Islam, man. Try to get it together because the discipline is needed in our community, man. For real. For real. We got to do better, y'all. We got to be accountable for our children, man. They're gonna start throwing parents in jail. You feel me? Now I can't say that might be a bad thing, man. All right, man. Sorry to end it on a somber note like that, man, but it's real out here, man. It's real. But let me know what you think, man. Get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Listen to and follow Network on various platforms. Confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, wherever you listen to your podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Click that bell for notification. New content when I drop. Search Confidence in the Clutch. Follow, share, rate, and review. It's important. Follow us on X and Instagram at KITK. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch. Weekly, Donald Nelson, D-Nell, Dizzle, DZ, Deezus, Deezos, Don P, Don D, Little D, Don Rilla, Digger, host. The Confidence in the Clutch podcast with Donald Nelson. Confidence in the Clutch podcast about sports, entertainment, music, culture, religion, politics, and society. Have a safe and healthy night. You listen during the daytime. Create a great day on purpose, man. Check on your loved ones. Check on your kids. Man, try to talk to anybody and doing some good things, man. Send out positive vibes, positive energy, man. I'll catch y'all next week, man. Peace. 3, 2, 1.
Konfidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Konfidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Konfidence in the clutch.